Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well. And just a quick look at some news. Yes, we're finally getting the Heinkel He 177 graph, the A5 variant as well, which was the main production variant. Now, the He 177 was a bit of a failure in the world, but it's still a fantastic bomber. One thing that I can kind of stay hopeful for is maybe we'll see the 277 as well eventually, which of course was the America bomber. It was a 4-engine version basically of the 177. It was never made, but there were a few prototypes made of this plane. Anyway, the 177. Now we're getting the A5 variant, which was the main production series. There was a few different variants before it as well. The most notable was the of course the A1, which was the first production series, which had 130 built. The A3, which was the second production series. There was of course the A2 and A4, which were high altitude pressurized cabined versions of the plane, which led to the development of 274. Now the A5 does have a few different variants as well. The main one is where am I? Just the standard A5 R1 and R2s. And these were basically designed to have were optimized for the Fritz X and the HS-293 guided bombs, equipped with radio controller systems. The R2 had some different machine gun mountings. There was also a couple of variants for anti-bomber purposes with special rockets attached to them that would basically fire up into the bombers, and there was also a Nobelwaffe version which had rockets that would fire down onto enemy infantry. There was also a Pak 40 variant, so a 75mm variant, which didn't come to production. However, the 50mm and 30mm variants did live, but weren't widely used. There was also a Schragmusk cannon variant as well that was never really used. I'm going to go into detail about this plane in a later video when it comes out, because I do love this plane so much. It's a very interesting plane. It's a very flawed concept, but it's a very interesting plane. Anyway, let's talk about specs. So this plane's going to have a very good speed of over 550 kilometers per hour, about 350 miles per hour. At tier 4, that's going to be a very good speed for a bomber. It also has some very, very good defensive weapons. So gun-wise, we've got a single 7.92mm MG81 machine gun, which is in the cabin, which is operated by the bomber, as you can see at the front of the plane there. That little machine gun at the front there. There is the 20mm MG151, which is in the gondola, so just slightly lower. There is a variety of MG131 13mm machine guns. They're the ones on the top of the plane. So there are 2 operated by radio control, and there is one in the rear operated by a gunner. There is also the 13mm MG131 in the wait, no, I talked about that one, sorry. There is the 20mm 15120 cannon, and that's at the back, operated by the tail gunner. This plane also has a ridiculously good payload of bombs. It could carry up to 7,200 kilograms of bombs. We're not getting that amount of bombs, unfortunately. But generally, it could carry 48 50-kilogram bombs, a single 250-kilogram bomb, 12 250s, 6 500s, 2 180s. This thing could carry a lot of bombs, basically. With the external bomb racks in use, it could carry up to 10 500-kilogram bombs and up to 6 1,000-kilogram bombs. Yes, 6 1,000-kilogram bombs. That means you will be able to take out all 3 bases without a problem. The other thing as well is it did carry a torpedo, the LT-50 torpedoes. Now, the LT-50 was a slightly later variant of the German torpedo, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it had in it. I'm pretty sure it was electrical. Brain is not working. Yeah, it's a bit late for me, unfortunately. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning here, so I'm a little bit tired. But anyway, the LT series, were they electric? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So the LT-50 torpedoes, so it could carry 2 of them under the wings, so it does mean this plane does have torpedo bomb capabilities. Interestingly enough as well, this plane is a dive bomber, so it's a heavy dive bomber. So, yeah, it will be interesting to see how that goes, especially with the big old bombs on board, the big buggery bombs, the 250-kilogram bombs. Those things are going to cause an absolute mess of things. Similar to the PE-8, of course. Not quite as strong, but still a relatively decent payload. Anyway, let's have a little read of the dev blog. So, this is actually a user-made plane, which is really nice. Daniel Joy Division Zetioff made this plane, and he's going to get a revenue share for it. It's an absolutely gorgeous model as well. The plane's going to carry up to 6,600 kilograms. Hopefully it should be a decent plane. As I said, it's long overdue to get a decent heavy bomber for Germany. Let's just have a little look through the pictures. As you can see, it's just an absolutely fantastic plane. These are, I believe, the 250s. I might be wrong. It's a bit hard to see really, but they do look like a 250-kilogram bomb. Basically a very big bomb. So they're going to make a very big boom when they go off. From the top, it's just a fantastic looking plane. There's a few different camouflages as well. And also we've got that beautiful landing gear as well. Very similar to the Focke-Wulf 200 in the way they go down. Now, as I said, this plane was considered a failure, mainly due to its issue of overheating lots, but we're not going to have that issue in game, thankfully. I am looking forward to seeing this when it comes out. I am very excited for this plane. This is possibly one of the most exciting things for 1.77 for me, at least, because it's a new bomber. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, you know, the usual things, and I will catch you next time. And as I say, when this comes out, I will do a proper history of video and do some more in-depth revisions of it. Until next time, this is Scree out. Bye-bye.